Every school has a different context, every school has a different clientele, different community, and the important thing is that we look at that community and we tailor what we have in schools to meet the needs of those parents and those siblings, and making sure that all of our resources and our time and our energy is what those parents need and want. Something that I believe in is that the community drives the school. And it doesn't matter whether it is our parents or the wider community or the greater community. It goes beyond just the local shops or the local businesses. It's the entire community. And part of what we believe is that we are selling our school. By selling our school, we're selling our future children. And so having an interaction in that is important. Going to meetings, getting them involved in the school, letting people know what's happening in the school is important. And that, as a principal, is the highest priority. Different communities will have, different schools have different communities, and it's no different, but you have to be situational. You have to discover what is best in your community and how that can make your school a greater place for children. By having a really clear vision and sharing that vision with everybody within the school and getting that vision out into the community and having results coming through, people from the community and me making networks with them outside has created the bigger picture. I purposely picked big businesses and I purposely picked organisations that could empower our parents and give value to our school. Once we start getting that going and I turn up at meetings, then I moved it on to other people, to significant people in our school, like our community person, and that person goes to certain meetings. The deputy goes to other meetings, because once I've made that network, it's easy to keep the network going. But then I, once again, go out and foster more involvement in the school. So I keep that leadership very much at the top, but I empower others to take that over. Once good things are going, and if you're motivated and you're passionate and you love what's happening, it's easy to sell it. And that's when benefactors or companies or businesses or parents want to be more involved with what's going on. You know, you're showing them this is our future. And one thing I always say is, I love this school, I love what's happening, and I love our kids. And you know, it's that passion that sells everything. But it comes from the principal being out there and choosing wisely.
Currently we have a teacher visiting Wyong Shire Council Care and Education Centre. She goes there for one session a week to work with the teachers, sharing our resources and her expertise in literacy and numeracy, providing opportunities for the students to engage in rich learning activities, preparing them for school next year. Our Community Liaison Officer, Annette Starr, works with Red Cross and takes our students down to all the local preschools in the area, reading to them, doing craft with them, and giving the children an opportunity to put back into the community as well, our students to put back into the community, and work closely with the preschool children so that they're familiar with our students, their uniforms, getting in that preparation for school as well. We have a speech pathologist here at Toukley that is funded one day a week by the school. She then helps to train our student learning support officers who work with those students on any phonological issues that they have. If there are deeper speech issues that are assessed by the speech pathologist, they are then referred back to area health and other speech pathologists through Eleanor Duncan, Yarran, places like that, or area health to help with those students. We also have occupational therapists come down from Newcastle University to assess the students in the Kindy Start program. They work closely with us to help us set up activities in those first several months of kindergarten that develop the students' fine motor skills. They also provide activities for the families to take home to help them over the Christmas holidays and into the new year develop those fine motor skills. At Toukley, we are very lucky that we have a beneficiary who works very well with our principal and our community and our school to fund the speech and language program that we have. He also funds the vision screening and the hearing screening for our students in kindergarten and year 2. And the beneficiary also provides the money for the occupational therapist to come down and set up that wonderful program. From last year through to this year, I have visited the local preschools introducing myself as the supervisor of kindergarten, getting to know the directors and the teachers that work closely with the students. We have integration meetings about any students. We're holding them now already for next year. Our staff are going to workshops run by Wyong Shire Council, working closely with the staff there and observing the difference that the early years learning framework has put in and how we need to suit that and the way that we teach our students. The local preschools come up with their students who are coming to school next year. They don't necessarily have to be coming to our school. They visit to get familiar with working with the older students, using the technology that we have here at Toukley that they don't have at their local preschools. They come in and do cooking, make craft, read stories with the students and with the teachers. They come 3 times a year so that the children become familiar with the school and the facilities that we have here. Families come with them, parents come with them, so that they also become familiar with what we have here to offer here at Toukley Public School.
I've had a lot of parents ask me, you know, how did you cope, or what did you do, or how did your child cope when they entered kindergarten? Because a lot of the parents haven't gone through the kindergarten stages yet, where I have been twice before, and then my son will be attending next year. The only way I could to help them and help them cope with that is to say we're all in this together, regardless of whether you've been there once, 2, 3, 4 times. We're all in this together. So trying to help them realise that their child is not going to be alone, that they're going to go to school and be cared for and safe, and it's okay to leave your child at school. They're in a great environment. My son required some speech pathology, which was recognised at preschool. When he transitioned to kindergarten, we discussed this need with the teacher that he was allocated, and she was fantastic, very supportive, and made us feel very comfortable that she'd continue monitoring that if there was any notice of a decline in speech or anything else that came to her attention, that we could get sorted out if we needed to. But she was very understanding, very reassuring, very comforting in the fact that she was keeping an eye on that for us.